Hey, this is Pokeball35, and welcome back to Pikmin 251. We had just finished the game. The game is done, except I still have a lot of reading to do, and that's what we're here today to do. This is the only episode of this series that is not streamed live. I am recording this just only, and not streaming it, but if you are interested in checking out everything else that I do live, I stream a lot of Splatoon and other games and stuff, you can check the YouTube description below. But for some reason the title screen still only likes to lag a lot when I'm not recording, and as soon as I start recording it starts to just lag completely. So we are here today to go back into the story, except not play the game. We're here only to read. It is the reading episode. So from what I've been told, only the new enemies have entries. So stuff like Bullbear, I'm pretty sure that's the normal entry for Bullbear. But everything, all the custom enemies have stuff, and all of the treasures. All the treasures have a Louie entry. Which I have read some of the Louie entries during my normal Let's Play, so I don't think I'll be going over those unless I just straight up forget. But we can start with the new enemies. I'm gonna make this recording as long as it needs to be. I've got water next to me just in case. So let's crack this down. I will cut whenever I need to, but let's see how long I can make this go for. The meat of this creature is surprisingly dry. However, the thighs can be baked whole and served with a sauce of your choice for a one-man feast. We have Cyan Bulborb. That was the Silver Bulborb. Cyan Bulborb wants to be behind a wall. You would think that the fur on this creature would be difficult to deal with, but it's actually surprisingly easy to pluck off. This beast is best served when chopped into bacon and placed atop a pizza for a delightful crunchy taste. Wild. Painted Bulborb is being absolutely just demolished by these butterflies. Look at him go. The colors of this beast make the meat into a pretty gross mess, but it's great for children. Fair enough. Dwarf Silver Bulborb. Look at them. Look at them go. Yeah! Ah! Ah! Unlike the larger doubles, these things are practically oozing with moisture, so much you could actually fillet them over a bowl to capture their juices. They make for great butter alternatives. Fantastic. Frost Bulborb. Sadly uncookable. When the meat gets too hot, it melts into a pile of gooey flesh. Gross. Dwarf Painted Bulborb. For a snack you won't forget, dredge chunks of meat in all-purpose flour and deep fry them. The meat will make them breed into dark purple. Will make the bread. I can read. It will make the bread into a dark purple color that's remarkably unique. Gummed Dumple. Rough chop the meat and put into a batter, and then deep fry for some good seafood. Bullbearman, I love these guys. Due to the meaty taste of the leaf, you can make a leaf-only salad for the pickiest of eaters. Toxic Blow Hog. How about I eat this? Inedible. The stench of this creature's poison sac is enough to make you gag. Sad. We have Golden Cannon Beetle. Slice the meat into tender cutlets and bread them, then deep fry them for a crunchy golden snack. Bubbling Blow Hog. Much like the watery Blow Hog, this creature is a mountain of moisture. However, a soap-like substance makes it taste like chemicals. When your child is misbehaving, stick a piece of this creature's meat in their mouth. That's what my mother did to me. You have bubbling blow hogs on Hokotate? Or are you just talking about soap? Grounding blow hog. Although this creature is very fickle to prepare, the bright green meat is a great conversation starter. Sad Gatling Groink doesn't have a new entry, but yellow spotted burrow in it. The soft meat of this creature has a unique taste that is almost fruit-like, best eaten raw. None of these guys are new. We do have Withering Weevil. If you value your hair and by extension your youth, then it's best to avoid eating this creature. Man, Louie. I don't know how Louie gets away with eating this stuff. Because he has to taste test it, obviously. Pink Wollywog. Inedible, known to cause sporadic feelings of love and affection. Oh. Turquoise Wollywog. Wollywogs are best ground up, shaped into a patty, and flame broiled on a grill. Slap on tomato slices, lettuce, onions, ketchup, and slide the patty between a sesame seed bun for ultimate beast burger experience. Moss Mood is new. The moss on this creature's skin makes for a great steak garnish. Eating it may cause problems, though. Frosted Bread Bug. This being actually has a mint-like taste to its meat. It's certainly unique, but I wouldn't call it edible. Oh, that's upsetting. Silver Empress Bullblacks. The rather metallic taste of this beast's meat may be off-putting to some, but definitely not all. The scales of this serpent make for great serving dishes. The meat tastes standard, nothing special about it. Beady Longlegs is the same, Emperor Bullblacks is the same, Giant Frosted Bread Bug. Like its smaller counterpart, the minty meat of this creature is edible, but very strange. I can't even describe it really, it's so bizarre. I want to see if this is the same. Inedible, known to cause mass hysteria, followed by leg spasms and internal thunderings. Yep, that's the same. That's what it normally says. I forget which thing it is that it says the thing that I want it to hear, but this is a new entry. Scrambled Titan Weevil. Even after cutting the legs off, this creature still wriggles around helplessly. Personally, I like to taunt the creature by eating its legs raw right in front of its face. It's an amazing feeling. Interesting. I forget which enemy it is in Vanilla Pikmin 2, but it says inedible tastes like chicken. I think it was a Mamuda, but Mamuda is different in this game. I'm trying to, like, move my hair. My hair is always so crazy. It, like, goes all over the frickin' place. Oh. Well, since I didn't save since the last time, technically, I have to do all this again, so just bear with me for a moment. Alright, so I don't know which treasure is number 1, so I don't even know where to actually start. Oh wait, no, it tells you at the top. Treasure number 1 is Bagel. We will start with Bagel and go all the way to frickin' Frying Pan, which I know there's some of these entries I've already read before, so I might read them again if I forget which ones they are, because I really don't remember, but we have a lot of stuff to read. The other stuff took like 10 minutes to do, so oh boy. This lump of dough is deceiving in its mountains of flavor and taste. While it alone has little to offer, it's just asking for some condiments and seasonings to become a masterpiece. It's a canvas just waiting to be painted, and you are the artist. Still want my hair to go away. Go away. It's gonna get in my face. It's gonna look awkward in the thing. Salted Swirl. And of all the items we have to sell, this one gets my personal approval as the best. Seriously, I would have at least 10 of these on hand at all times. I can't recommend this salty snack enough. Buy before they're all gone. You know what they say, bigger is always better. But this enormous berry is a great example of that fact. It looks down on all minor snacks of the world, knowing how much more powerful it is compared to them all. While this saucer might appear somewhat bizarre, I can assure that is only a trick. The truth is, these creatures are so tasty, they were nearly hunted to extinction. Luckily, they were able to quickly adapt to this new appearance to help ward off predators. But I won't let it trick you. Buy it now and experience true deliciousness. This gourmet mastery of food should be worshipped. You're not worthy of its legendary flavor. Well, maybe I am, but all you peasants sure aren't. I mean, buy now, buy one, get 50% off. Get 150% off. A pure slab of meat of this delicious You know me. A pure slab of meat this delicious is unbelievable, yet, whether you believe it or not, here it is. Eat now and take your taste buds on a journey they will never forget. While the contents of this drink are deceptively tasty, be warned about the effects of long-term drinking of this liquid will have on your teeth. Some things are best used in moderation, after all. The juice in this carton is all natural, made right in our local farm. Okay, not really, we don't have a farm, but all the vegetarians back on Hokotate won't know that. The ship has taught me a lot on how to survive on cutthroat world of business, if you couldn't tell. This may not be a drink, but I'd say that it still belongs here. Why is that? Just one look at it and your thirst levels will fly off the charts. That's why I recommend you buy it along one of our other drinking products. Wait. I didn't see there's more. Special offer if you get this along anything else in the series. Red Bull. Drink the contents of this silo for a ride of your life. Any irrational or even potential dangerous actions taken as a result of consumption of this drink are not covered by Hokotate Fright Warranty Package. This goo has a unique flavor to it. Regardless, there's still plenty of people out there who aren't afraid to try the world's strangest foods. Have I read this? I feel like I've read this. I've definitely read this series before. Screw it, we're doing all of them. We're doing all of them. Screw it. If that's you, then what are you doing? Buy it now, and I promise you won't regret it. By all appearances, this looked to be totally worthless. But just when you're about to throw it out, it popped open. I couldn't believe how lucky I was to find there was some sort of hummus-like dip inside. Goes great with crispy Blow Hog chips. Apply some of this spread to your favorite food and it will instantly add another day to your life. This medicinal spread may not taste great, but sometimes living forever is just worth the pain. You're telling me there's a condiment out there and it tastes... there's a condiment out there that both tastes great and can heal your wounds? Unbelievable. I think I did the same mistake when I first read this. As unbelievable as it is, it's true. Just stick to your... This stick is truly magical, isn't it? I've lost all of my Louie voice. The contents of this large bottle are incredible. Applying some of this to literally any food is guaranteed to make it taste better, or your money back. Please note that Hokotate Fright has a zero return policy and there's no actual money back guarantee. Whew, I already gotta take water. Number 16. This massive gourd seems to have been simply manipulated. Its tasty seeds are completely gone, leaving a mere shell of its former self. A shame, really. But could you be the first to find a new use for this husk of a former vegetable? This rock-like shell seems to have once held delicious meat within. Today, there is little left to see. Perhaps scientists on Hokotate will use the DNA in this shell to reconstruct the ancient creature? I can only hope that they succeed. For the good of culinary masters across Hokotate, they must. chestnut. No matter what I try to do, I can't open this jar. I can't get this jar to open. Could you be the one to succeed where I failed? I worry that whatever food is in has gone spoiled by now. But don't think about that. Just think about what could possibly be within, waiting for you to eat. This fire flower. My first thought with this was, since it's a plant, I could try to treat it like I could try and treat it like one in my cooking. However, that proved to be a bad idea. It turns out this plant is best eaten raw. Just have a fire extinguisher ready at all times. Milk! Well, this carton once had some wholesome drink filled to the brim with calcium. It seems to be of little use today. It's a shame, really. I had our trusty computer do some scans on it. It appears to have been very healthy, while being impossibly delicious. What could have been the secret? What could its secret have been? Kinder Egg. This chocolate egg, hidden within a synthetic shell, has the ability to make anyone feel happy. How, you ask? It's what we call in the food business a magician's secret. I'm already running out of breath. I've been going for 17 minutes. Kinda, I think. What's better than a delicious ball of sugar on a stick? Simple. 3 balls of sugar on a stick. You can never go wrong with some good old-fashioned more is better than mentality. I may just have to drop the Louie voice at one point and just stick to my own. Please note that Hokotate Fright is not responsible for any bouncing off the walls. It may or may not be a result of eating this much sugar. Some sweets are so delicious, the only explanation for its existence, this existence, is that they are from an alien world. Chocolate in the example. I can't do the voice. I can't do the voice anymore. I can't. I'm sorry. The chocolate is an example of that phenomenon. I have to do my normal voice, as much as I'd like to do a special voice for Louie. Oh well. No, you can't go wrong with good old-fashioned pastry wheel. Now can you? Oh, that's the whole entry. A delicious pastry that also functions as a protective griddle? What will they think of next? Even though this may appear to be a plain tic-tac-toe board, to the common peasant, a true connoisseur like me can see the cooking merit in anything. Case in point, this actually is a delicious cookie. I'm sorry if you hear any noise outside. There's people literally, at the time of this recording, doing construction like 30 feet away from my house on another plot of land. So, can't do anything about that now, can I? Well, these sticks of sugar taste great. Swallowing them won't go well with your digestive system. I hope you just like chewing food and not actually swallowing it. While this sugary cookie appears delicious, you'll need a mallet to pound it into crumbs or something first. It's just too tough to eat as is. Nutella. Have you ever wanted to take a relaxing mud bath in a pool filled with delicious and creamy chocolate? Well, now you can. There's nothing better than a spa treatment you can taste. In ancient times, this beast once roamed the planet. Its meat was the best food in the whole planet. Today, all we have is a fossil. I hope you don't mind eating rocks. This may or may not be actually edible, but who cares? If it's shaped like a pastry, it sure tastes like one too. Don't worry about how to eat it. That's just an issue that comes on later. Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure how this is edible, but don't lose hope. My trusty ship told me it would gladly eat this, if it could. Surely someone out there would eat this. Could it be you? Buy now while it's 95% off. Come on, someone has to be this gullible. Wait, am I still writing? You can never have enough donuts. Whether they're actually made of dough or metal, it doesn't really matter. Not if you believe. The contents of this metal unit could energize anyone who eats it for weeks. Actually accessing the held contents is no easy task. Make sure you watch out for the acid. So many metal donuts to eat in so little time. Which one do you get? Which one to get? Some say your choice says a lot about you. How am I gonna eat this flash drive, huh, Louie? This tasty stick tastes best when dipped into proper sauce. Goes great with salsa. Neat. You can never go wrong with tasty scrap metal. Well, my ship said that anyway. This disc is great to is a great start to a pizza. Just put some sauce and cheese and eat up. I know it sounds absurd, but there's some really good flavor in this. Its toughness is immense, so you better have some powerful jaws. I'm pretty sure, even though these are the same treasures as Pikmin 2, they all have custom entries, so I'm just gonna read them all anyway. Despite its appearance, this donut actually may taste great. If you want to experience its flavor, you may invest in some hydraulic powered jaws. For now, just lick it and experience some of the flavor. Little orbs like these make great scenic decorations. Get a whole set of them. Studies show that yellow is a good tasting color, so if you have these with your food, they will automatically taste better. That's how colors work. Blue is a common color in kitchens, and that's for a good reason. Buy and make your kitchen calm and inviting, like any kitchen should be. What's better than small marbles decorating kitchens? Giant marbles. Having this marble in your kitchen will inspire you to cook without end. Great for chefs out there cooking all day. Looking into the blue hue of this orb can reveal all your cooking related questions. Truly a wonderful thing to have in your kitchen. This sparkling gemstone could turn any kitchen from a piece of junk to top of the line in an instant. You're probably wondering whether there isn't more money. Truth is, it's a fake, but that isn't important. No one else has to know. Old Louie here knows all about what the kids are into. And this, they can't get enough. Have one of these and your kids won't be able to resist your food. It's really that simple. Ball of Destiny. Very few can comprehend the meaning of this magical orb. Even I can't, but can you? Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Use this tablecloth, and anyone who eats with it will instantly become luckier. Isn't that neat? Such a colorful object. Maybe it will make your guests have more colorful palettes? This light is absurdly strong, and yet it manages to have a nice soothing yellow glow. What a way to improve mood at your dinners. It's dark again. This amount of wax could do great things for restaurants all around the world. This amount of wax can make thousands of candles. It will not stop until I see I will not stop until I see a candle at every dinner table there is. Gotta take another water break. 24 minutes? Oh boy. We're getting there. While this box may be empty now, it leaves plenty of clues behind. I can only guess that the food it holds is unbelievably tasty, and if we're lucky, we may just be able to recreate its genetic makeup using what we have left. Don't lose hope yet, my fellow flavor fanatics. Sometimes you just can't go wrong with a good old amount of starch, so dig in. Just eat the whole potato. Joy-Con. How do I eat Joy-Con? Now, I can't say for sure why, but this toy has lots of greasy residue left on it. Somehow it manages to be quite tasty. Still, something seems off with it. This may only be suitable for more brave eaters out there. You're telling me that he's eating all of the You can't even see it. All the dead skin gunk off my stick. Okay. For all you grease lovers out there, this massive sack of chips is made for you. Just be careful not to eat them all at once. Tomato. Such a large veggie. With this, you can make enough smoothies to feed an army. I could likely go through it in one day, but that's besides the point. Big round ball of trickery in this rock-like ball is actually delicious. This fruit is large enough to make several salads with it, and I can't recommend doing that enough. McDonald's gift card. This mat just screams eating like royalty. Buy it and everyone will know just how much of a master chef you are. A receptacle for food that never runs out? Impossible. I couldn't believe the idea that this could never run out of food. And I was right. It turns out Olimar just made all that up. Skip. This must be the largest food storage unit we found yet. It's truly inspiring. With all of this, we could end world hunger in an instant. Or you could always use it for more selfish reasons. I can think of some selfish reasons, but I'm not going to say them on camera. You can't beat the sheer massive amount of food that this massive nut has to offer. Despite it looks surprisingly tasty. The sprout may grow into something delicious one day. Sadly, it looks like it needs a bit more time to get to that stage. Patience is a virtue, as they say. For all you gardeners out there, this is for you. I say that because this bulb still needs to grow a bit bigger. Hey, don't worry. It's going to taste amazing once it's grown. Sometimes you just have to be patient to get the best out of life, especially with food. This little morsel is packed with wholesome nutrients. Eat it now and your brain power will shoot way up. You can't beat food with these effects. A tomato with the power to completely revitalize you. That's exactly what it is. Buy now and live forever. No joke. They say leafy greens are good for your health, but is that really true? Yes. Yes, it is. I do not want to eat the dog, but Louie wants to eat the dog anyway. They say the best time capsules are the best way to keep memories forever. And who is they? Who is they? You ask. Good question, but the answer isn't important. Just get it, and don't think about those silly questions. Stars are scientifically proven to be the best way to have a successful date. So get one of these right away and become the dinner master. An item with the power to warm the hearts of literally anyone you give it to. Great idea for a romantic gift. Natural beauty like this can't be topped. A must-have for an interior decorators everywhere. Not all relationships will end happily, but that's okay. This is a symbol out there for you. Aww. Even if through the roughest times, you can never lose their hope. This is like one of those supportive cat posters, only better. Can't even see it. This doll works great as a date testing dummy. Worried about your first date being a disaster? This doll is for you. Also works for those who can't find love but want to pretend that they have, if you're the part of that market. Believe it or not, the very plates you use for your date can have a large impact for success. That's right. That's why purchasing this plate would be a must. Using this plate may have the power to make anyone given fall in love. The word may is there since it isn't actually tested. Don't worry, it will surely work. Why wouldn't it? Because it has skort on it. While most plates have a clear and well-known use, the same doesn't go for this one. What's its true purpose? Who knows? Could you be the one to find out? Well, this jewelry might be a bit big to actually wear, like the normal kind. Don't underestimate the power this golden nugget. Solid gold is the best way to make you look as rich as you are. A nice gift. Or what a nice gift. Sure, it's incomplete and all. But it... Ugh. I gotta burp sometimes. But does that really matter? Clearly the issue here is that you must buy all 4 of them. Modern problems require modern solutions. A large bottle like this is just what you need for your festive dinner to make it a true success. By now, and women will be crowding outside your door. This is what I've been waiting to hear. What I've been really waiting to hear. Warning! Do not under any circumstances consume this leaf. The effects will have are very bad on your body, and I'd rather not talk about it. This absurdly sharp blade is a disc that can cut through anything, including you. Don't eat it. While this tube looked like a tasty condiment at first, I can assure you that it's not. It's quite a shame. But like much of life, it can't be perfect. The poison levels in this fungus are off the charts. Eating any part would not end well. Do with this information what you will. This donut doesn't appear to be edible at all. Yet something has been eating it. What ate it, you ask? A question for the ages must never be answered. A token of memories for us, a renewable energy source for you. It may not be edible, but that's not an issue. Toad Amiibo, how are you? Well, this may not look like a toxic fungus at first. Don't let it fool you. Its cute and friendly face is just a trick to get you to eat it. Don't be fooled. Be the fooler. Buy now and show who's the smart master here. Why would you want to eat this? I mean, it could be delicious. Who knows? But I think what I can buy with this money. I could finally start a TV show I've always wanted to have. Too bad it isn't mine to keep. A fresh and delicious fruit at a low price may seem too good to be true, but that's because it is. Well, it appears to be delicious. It's really not. Feel free to try this yourself and see what I mean by all this. There's something oddly familiar about this energy block. Why is that? I can't say for sure. Buy now and feel this inexplicable nostalgia for yourself. Eat the face of another. Well, this should make a tasty and all-natural snack. There's one problem. You see, it has a bit of a curse attached. Anyone who eats it will turn one of them into a zombie. Truly a scary thought. I nearly ate it myself until my trusty ship stopped me at the last second and saved me, for which reason I received minor amounts of appreciation. 34 minutes. Oh boy, 10 minutes has passed since I last took a drink. We're almost halfway there, kinda. Not really. Don't taste this badge unless you want your entire body to be surged with electricity. I mean, maybe you do want that, in which case, carry on. This delicacy, this deceiving donut has fooled me for the last time. Don't let it fool you. While it looks to be a tasty donut, it's actually made of plastic. Or maybe it's not plastic, I'm not sure. But whatever it isn't edible. Biden code. As crazy as it sounds, you could actually eat this in dire situations. Just make sure you're not able to consume pure wood at first. I know not everyone can. This vegetable is quite healthy and natural, so why is it barely edible then? The answer is that it's by far the spiciest food I've ever tasted. That's probably a typo. There's plenty of typos in this. This hack was made by like one person and then place tested by some others. And they didn't catch every typo. You need a whole fire extinguisher to survive eating it. Well, this mushroom is edible and even rather tasty. There's a catch. Every one of them, it makes you everyone who eats every one of them you eat makes you grow bigger. While some people might actually want this, it still makes fair warning for people who don't. As hard as it is, or as hard as, well, a nut. No one wants to eat it, so it must be healthy. Pokeball. How do you eat a Pokeball? Is this really edible? Most likely not. Sometimes things are just not on the right border of being edible or not. Yet, this ball just might work. Colorful food is always more edible than monochrome food. Ah, the tricks of great cooking. The mysteries of life may be contained within this very sphere. That is exactly why you should eat it. I see no flaws in my thinking. Rubber doesn't actually taste as bad as you might expect, at least. Oh, that's a capitalization error. At least, that's how I was able to convince myself it is edible. Trust me, it is. It's not tasty, but in times of need, explorers need to take what they can get. Are you brave enough? Are you a brave enough explorer to survive these conditions? We're over 100, I just realized. These small cookies aren't all that delicious, but in a pinch, it can make do. This stirring rod is a sort of artistic quality to it. I've always considered cooking to be a form of art. Still, this stick can only last so long before it wears away. I suppose that's pretty art-like as well. How do I eat nail clippers? A metal apparatus of biblical proportions. What can't be done with this blade? You may want to keep the sharp end of it away from small children. Pencil. A double-ended food poking spear? Was one end just not enough? Just what will these crazy inventors think of next? Of course, the only inventor here is the forces of nature and fate itself. You know what kind of rolling pin is the best rolling pin? Pink ones, of course. For those times where you need to cook and you don't have any fire, this is just what you need. I can't recommend a tool like this one enough. Sometimes you don't need the biggest power source around to run your electronics. This miniature power cell is just what you need in the trying times that I mentioned. Doubles as a heavy-duty bowling pin? I thought he'd say rolling pin, but rolling thing. When you make too much food and you want to keep some stored away later, the sealing strength of this lid can make food stay fresh forever. This cover may be heavy, but it has its uses. For example, the hole in its center. Oh yeah, how could I not mention strange symbols? What is their meaning? I don't know, but could you be the one to find out? For all the kitchen utensils I found on this trip, this may be the best of them. Just look at it. Both great for cooking and for eating. Is there nothing you can't do? I don't know how I'm going to eat this turret, but this strange mechanism is covered in little sticks and dials, which could be very helpful for cooking. Don't worry, it won't mind if you damage it. Oh no, my food is burnt, and I couldn't tell how hot it was. If this sounds like you, get this top-of-line food temperature scanner device. Never burn food again. 1:16. I've been going for 40 minutes. Ugh, I'm gonna drink this whole bottle by the end of this. Sometimes pulverizing your food with a mallet is the best part. Don't hold back. Enjoy. This wooden spatula makes a handy tool, despite the ominous appearance of it. It's the only suitable for the most fearless out there. This food mixer has a dark secret. It's a feather. It's actually remains of a vicious bird beast I fought, just so you would be able to use it. Don't worry. Don't worry, no thank yous are needed. It's all part of the job. This staff was once held by a ruler of the world himself. That's right, you can now pretend to be the ruler of the world too. But don't get all cocky and rude just because you're holding it. People don't like that. This mixing bowl is a great tool for any aspiring chefs. Spin as fast as you can to really mix up your foods. Alright, Titan Weevil stuff. The heat from this device isn't very hot, but the fumes it gives can add a real I can't speak and I'm closing out of the thing. And a real smoky flavor to your dish. Sure, there's a little bit of toxic gas in it. That's not enough to hurt you, I promise. As a weapon may emit chemicals of mass destruction, but it has its uses, like, well, you could... you know what? It's best for you to decide. I want to get a look at it. Why need a stove to boil your food when you can use the boiling water from this pump? Boil your eggs and other foods in an instant with this state-of-the-art tech. The magnetic waves sent off by this device may be suffocating. They are also able to heat up food in an instant. Incredibly useful for when you need a quick meal and don't have time to cook. This state-of-the-art topper is a great way to serve your nicest dishes. Just cover up your food and remove when you're ready to serve. It's that simple and will make your guests 200% happier. This antenna is engineered specifically to tune into all the best cooking channels around the galaxy. I'm still waiting for the fateful day where I get my own cooking TV show. Need an easy way to call your guests for dinner time? Well, this bell might just be the perfect thing. I thought that would be this one, but whatever. This stick is strong. This stick is so strong, nothing it touches can ever let go. Perhaps this is concerning to you, but worry not. It will eventually lose its stick. Eventually. This table-like object has built-in electrical power on top of it already being a handy place to eat. You could say it's a win-win. This robotic-like tool can fire heated infrared beams from its eyes, which is an incredible way to cook food. Try it for yourself. Beeps and buttons are only distractions, but this game is eternal. What limits are there to the fun you can have while waiting for your food to cook? Only the most elite chefs can use the very essence of this electromagnetism itself in their cooking. Are you a good enough chef to be worthy of this item? Let's see what Flood says. Sometimes a good faucet is what you need to cook. Well, it's simple. Sorry, my ear is itchy. It needs to stop being itchy. While it's simple, plenty of people need it. You might as well get the best one money can buy. Upon opening this part's only hatch, you will find a room full of useful features. It's like a portable kitchen, as well as many other things. Fill this unit with water and possibly other liquids, and be careful. And carefully pour out of its holes onto your food. Makes a great gravy boat. Computers everywhere despise it, but it has useful cooking abilities anyway. Just keep it away from any other electronics that you may have on hand. Loud is good! That is all. This detector can sense if your food is delicious or not. A great tool for learning cooks who aren't sure if they have made it, what they've made is good or not. Cannon. Can't even see the whole cannon. Fun fact, this large chimney will instantly cook any food you fire out of it, or will cook anything you fire out of it instantly. Sounds useful, but the catch is that the food will be completely burnt. It's okay. Burnt food can taste good, too, occasionally. The perfect tool for knowing. Oh boy. For knowing if your water is buoyant or not. So what if that's something you're asking? Stop thinking about it. And there are plenty of people who need this. A massive hunk of solid steel. While it is little help now, imagine what skilled craftsmen could do with it. The number of tools we could create is unimaginable. After getting a tool like this, it becomes literally impossible to go back to not having it. Use it to know how exactly long your food needs to cook. Did I mention it's actually an internal deity of time itself? While the images of fire on it convey heat, it doesn't have any to give. What's its use then? That's for you to find out. In all my years of cooking, I have never seen such an excellent platter. Buy it and eat it. Buy it and eat like a real king. More water time. We're more than halfway done. My recording, this is 47 minutes. Thank God I'm not doing this on stream. Thank God this is a local recording. This may not be the most magnificent table around, but second place is just as fine. Fans of classic and vintage, this table is for you. Personally, I can't get enough of classical works like this one here. While some people like classic, rustic art, others are fans of modern and sleek tabletop. Fans of modern. This sleek tabletop is a glimpse into the future of our very society. A desk like this one just exudes raw thought from it. Using it may make you question the very state of existence itself. Don't worry. It's fine to have these kinds of thoughts around the desk. A wonderful table that was designed to seat up to 4 people. With its built-in seats, the lack of cushion makes the seats as hard as rock, is the only setback. This small table for 2 is very romantic. Why is red such a romantic color? The world is a rough place, and this table will remind you of that. Don't feel bad, though. Sometimes you need a bit of truth in your life. Studies show that the color green will automatically make vegetarians like you more. Vegetarians like it more. I'm starting to lose it. I might have to take a break. I don't know yet. I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. Now, isn't that nice? Even if it's not... I have to burp sometimes because I'm drinking the water. Making me burp sometimes. Even if not everyone is a fan of the color blue, I sure am. Now get this now. Or go get this now. This block has done no harm or good in the world. Is that how you feel about your life? Then this block has your name written right on it. A plate of solid gold is the perfect place to show your status in front of everyone, or show your status in front of everyone, even if they don't care. Yeah, sure, this table may or may not have explosive tendencies, but that just makes it more exciting. This table folds up nice and neat. When it's not in use, did I mention has several other uses as well? It's like a Swiss Army knife for tables. Not that I would know what Swiss means. What knowledge is stored? What? I'm stopping after this. I'm going to take a break after these next 2. I'll come back to it. What knowledge is stored in the confines of this countertop? What it knows, no one else will likely ever know. Is that for the best? Well, only this counter would know the answer to that. Now, could you get any fancier than a table made of solid gold? That's right, you don't. Okay, and I'm back at a much later period in time. I'm back to read the rest of these. Let's do it! What's this supposed to be? Good entry to start this current recording session that's going into the rest of the video. Well, watching this head bob around is a lot of fun. I can't think of an application for it, outside of keeping the kids occupied for at least a little bit. Well, this may not help with cooking, and it's too big for a decoration. It sure looks beautiful. I mean, how can you argue with this logic? Skull. This structure of bones is enormous. Why purchase stuff for your kitchen when you could just purchase a whole home? The key that can lead the way to any place of Hokotate. Using it will break into places illegally. Using it to break into places illegally is still illegal, however. Who would guess a face like this is actually that of a true philosopher? We may never know what it's thinking, but that's because it doesn't want you to know. This is what I've been waiting to see. Well, take it from me that Olimar here is not someone you want to have around when eating. He may be a good space explorer, but he sure isn't good at sharing food. Regardless, I'm glad we found him and can head back home to sell this junk. No, we aren't actually selling him. Those 20 Pokos came out of Olimar's pocket as a fee for rescuing him. Very good. I just want to look at the recording. It's good. Cool, I'm just making sure my face cam's in the right spot. I'm gonna lean back a bit. Life is nothing but a mere game. Who wins and who loses is up to your own thoughts. Some of us will fearlessly charge ahead without thought. Well, others will stop to think about it. I think it's supposed to be while. Which one are you, really? There's nothing wrong with either, but if you fit into the second group, this might be a goodbye. When you let luck be what drives your life, you may have a rough time. I once was like that myself. It's how I ended up working at Hokotate Fright. In that way, maybe it isn't such a bad thing to do that. This block can hold more information than all the databases on Hokotate. What does that have to do with cooking? Well, why not put every recipe in the world on it? That's a good use. This tent frame is a must-have for all wilderness explorers out there. It might not help with your cooking, but food isn't everything, apparently. My first thought looking at this item and its partner was that they are seasoning shakers. Sadly, that wasn't the case. No, they aren't edible either. At best, these make good decorations, I suppose. What is this? Wind Waker. An old record label that has been that has the very embodiment of bravery held within. With it by your side, you can take on any task. Mario Sunshine. When you are in need of help, this record is there to help. Note that is only a suggestion, and you should not do things you would otherwise wouldn't since you have this disc. Pikmin. A record so intelligent it personalizes itself in your image. Okay, so it's only proven to work with my subordinate Olimar. But I don't see why it wouldn't work with anyone. Luigi's Mansion. While this disc may be able to harness the power of your deepest fears, it promises not to use them against you. This monument has been erected as a symbol of this planet's entire history. What kinds of secrets can it hold? What does it know that we don't? This harmless box will be right by your side until the very end. Even if you were to send it to a fiery death, it would forgive you. Buy now, and you can get the second one 50% off. You know, I was never a big fan of the color red. Still, I can see the inner beauty in anything, regardless of its color. For example, just look at the shape of this speaker. It's so eye-catching. Do you think you could explore this planet without knowing where you are? Well, think again. You may not realize it, but you need this. If you want any chance at this cruel planet, you'll have to master this knowledge. Small is much better than you might expect. For example, you can carry this dome around much easier than if it were massive. How convenient. Duck. It may be ugly, but that shouldn't scare you off. What if that's what people are saying about you in secret? Yeah, I thought so. While the other rock similar to this one had no real use, this one is quite nice. Maybe it's due to the color, maybe it could be something else that it does. Grind this leaf up into a fine powder and you will make a great seasoning, and it will make you luckier as well. This synthetic clamshell hides a tasty powder within. Quite an unexpected tasty topping. A massive warehouse of tasty seasoning. The flavor takes getting used to, but once you've gotten it, it's an acquired taste. Do you like salt? Most likely we'd say yes. Why wouldn't you? And that's why this tank has your name written all over it. Fatal heart conditions are myths made up by the government. Buy some now. I remember reading this one. It's a good one. Sometimes the danger of something outweighs the benefits of it. This is not one of those times. My trusty ship thinks this plate is really great. I'm not sure why that is, but I would sell it in its honor. Okay. When I first looked at this, I thought it would make a great stool. I was sorely mistaken. Let's just say this is an excellent for thrill seekers who have absolutely no fear. This robot is actually a bigger eater, if left on its own. If you want one yourself, make sure you keep a constant eye on it. This computer is actually an intelligent hyperbrain. It's so smart, it can make your food for you. Just don't let it do it too much or it'll start demanding payment. Things go downhill from there. Whatever this robot once was, it's scrap metal now. A true tragedy. Yet that is just why you should get it. Its current state is what's able to make it such a work of art. Well, this may not be quite as intelligent as its predecessor, it is still very great to have. Unlike the last one, this one isn't smart enough to demand payment. Now isn't that worth buying? Okay, this part isn't smart enough to ask for money or cook. What use is it then? Well, maybe. Well, there's no maybe in there. Well, it does make a good light bulb, if anything. This bucket once had a strange smelling drink in it, but I can't say what it would have been. Still, this bucket may have some other use. There are remnants of tasty chocolate left behind, but the true secret it holds is for it to know and you to never find out. There may be little left here, but this is all you need. Just one whiff of the scent of the ceramic dome and you'll have energy to run a marathon twice. This large mat has clear images of food on it, yet there's no actual food to be seen. What a ripoff. Oh, I mean food. Or not. The sheer beauty of this mat is enough to make it worth the purchase. I suspect this was once part of a massive food storage unit. I have no proof of this, but that isn't required in this day and age. Just buy it and see for yourself what I mean. Actual food or not, this lid just looks so delicious. You would be unable to stop drooling. A great thing to have around when you're not feeling hungry and you want to get eating anyway. There's a bit of a salty air to this wooden block. I suspect it's actually an ancient relic of an entire underwater society. Get it now and make your home the very reimagining of this bygone era. The legendary Fruity Pebbles box. Some see it as an outfit, yet real connoisseurs like me see its real purpose. It actually has a fruity scent to it. What could have been held in this box in ancient times? Gun. Time is always slipping into the future, whether you're ready or not. Yet this wooden mug will always be here. It doesn't look like much, but looks are very deceiving. Onion. Stinkiness that is surpassed by only the taste itself. If you are a fool, you will taste it. If you are a fool, you'll taste this. That being said, there is nothing wrong with being a fool. We are all sometimes, and this onion will help you accept that fact. This enormous jaw is disgusting, as it is sightly, only suitable for fans of the weird and unnatural. The tip of this triangular emblem is tipped with some kind of brightly colored ink. I'm not sure what it is, but I can assure you that it isn't delightful. By all means, this snack should taste delicious. Does it actually, though? I'll allow you to find out yourself. Taste is all subjective, after all. A block of food so ancient it predates time itself. It sounds too good to be true, yet somehow it isn't. The taste factor may have already passed, but the nutrition is still there. Substitute doll. Laugh at me all you want, but I may or may not have thought this was an actual beef at first. Well, it's not, so don't try to eat it. That being said, it would make a great statue of some kind. Yeah, so what if this is made entirely of plastic? That doesn't necessarily make it inedible, although this isn't helping my case here. Still, it might not be completely inedible if you don't have functioning taste buds. There should be a comma there, not a period. Yes, this absolutely wretched, appalling piece of footwear is something I am foolishly trying to sell. Only suitable for those with bravery to embrace the dump they don't even live in. While this material is rather smelly and old, it's quite soft and warm. A great buy for someone who needs extra warmth during the coldest months of the year. A glimpse into our very social structure itself, this fruit represents all that is both right and wrong in the world. What has and hasn't been said, what has and hasn't been done. What will you be the first to ever do? And what will you do that will ever be the last that it is ever done? Oh yeah, and it tastes pretty good as well. Wait, was there an extra O there? My eyes are being dumb tonight when I'm recording this. No, there's two O's. I'm stupid. Flavor is great and all, but isn't there more to good food? No, taste is all you need. The contents of this can are hard to describe, but the taste is good. The tendency for a natural disaster upon opening this is a minor setback. This enormous piece of many different foods is a real breakfast. In food ideas all around Hokotate. I'll call this the sandwich. That has a nice ring to it. What kind of food is this? Or what kind of food is in this rod? I can't tell exactly, but the symbols make me think it isn't it's healthy. Do you like cookies? Do you like really big cookies? I sure do, and if you don't, you clearly are sick or a sick monster, or you're allergic. That's a possibility. This cookie may be quite small, but don't go and underestimate it. It's actually packed full of calories. Full of calories it can be. Eat at your own dietary risk. Sweet, so absurdly sweet you won't be able to process your own taste buds' response to it. Yes, the best thing to do is eat right away. Real sweet fanatics fear nothing. Such flavor, such taste. Seafood is always a great idea, am I wrong? Like the last one, this shell is quite tasty, although this is a special one. Just look at the pearl inside. Truly a collector's item upon being tasty. This tower of chocolate is something you would only hear about in fairy tales, yet here it is. I hope you don't mind the cavities. This may not be edible, but one look at it will make you want to eat an entire grocery store. If you ever find yourself struggling to make it in life, just know that the sweets like this will always be right there by your side, right in your belly fat. While the shell may be incredibly tough, a tasty bit of meat is hidden inside. The taste is hard to describe, but still a sensation of flavor. A nice slab of good old-fashioned meat can never go bad, or never be a bad idea. So what are you waiting for? Feed your inner beast. Eat, eat, eat. Is it the last? Nope, we got a couple more sections to go. Oh, we're at like 24 to go. Oh my god. The rule of all gemstones. This one might be the best. How could you ever top it? Ever wanted an easy way to flex on anyone with how rich you are? With only minimal amounts of effort? Well, this pearl is just what you need. Can't find anyone to give all these wonderful romantic items to? That's where this dial comes in. It's a state-of-the-art lover sensing gauge. Will tell you exactly where the perfect partner is just waiting. I thought that would be the frickin' actual love tester, but no. A pink heart. Sure, it's chic, but sometimes it's fine to be predictable. Could this blue square be a window to an alternate reality? What if our reality is just an illusion and this is the real one? Well, there's some food for thought. The star-like shape of this ring is clear proof that it's quite literally out of this world. Could it be from another galaxy altogether? The raw love exuding from this gem could get the better of anybody. Use it at your own risk. Blue may be the color of the cold and heartless, but that is only meant to make it even more lovely through pure irony. Some people will go down in the books of history, while others will be forgotten. It is the way of life as all. So let this ring remind you that all is fine in the world, even if it's not the truth. I can't read. This royal throne can make the person of your dreams feel like they rule the world. That would be nice at first, but look out for when they start thinking they can tell you what to do. You do not want that to happen under any circumstance. Even though I'm right near the end, I'm gonna take a water break. Drink the rest of my current bottle. Just being around this gem soda is enough to make you feel calm and tranquil as you relax and take in its rays. The essence of the rain itself in crystallized form. If you feel sadness when looking at this, that means it's working. This gem has 4 sides to represent the 4 seasons. But what are they all green then? Good question. Such a calm and lovely looking walls of gemstone. Set up a nice picnic in the center of it for a rather pleasant meal. Decorated colorful gifts such as this one will make the ladies rush to you. Wait. Trust me, who can't resist something this pretty? We have 9 more. 9 more! Absolutely massive. Just look at this unit. It was designed to hold lots of cleaning products. But it might be for the best that it's empty now. If it were full, it would be heavier than Hokotati itself. Buy now and watch as people bow down to the 8th wonder of the world right outside your house. This huge box has mere remnants of what was once a powerful cleaning product. Sure, it's empty now, but if we were still able to make use of what's left. Reverse engineering scientists, now is your time. Got stains? Get this! Yes, as simple as that. The juice in this bottle will wipe through any foreign contaminant in an instant. Just keep away from your skin. This sink-like object is great for doing the dishes after a big meal. No one wants to do it, so you may as well have fun with it. This old rag can keep your kitchen spotless, and your guests are comforted. Sure, it's still in good condition, but what else are you doing with it? Hardly a waste to me. Sad time for Mario's hat. This block will consume any trash if you hit it hard enough. It's like an endless resource of energy. Where does this trash go, you ask? Who knows? Who cares? I don't. Too much stuff, not enough space? This massive bin is just what you need to get. This oven mitt may be heavier or as heavy as a boulder, but for the ability to hold anything without burns, I would want it. Shipping may take over a month, but I think it's worth the wait. Haha! Wordplay. And the final one. Cover cooking food with this industrial strength lid, and it can stay hot for centuries. Did I mention it has other uses too? Those will be revealed during the shareholders meeting, according to our trusty ship. And that is every single Louie's notes in the treasure hoard. Thank you very much for watching this long video. If you're watching this when it first comes out, on Monday will be the start of challenge mode. And yeah, so I'll see you for that video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.